Hummer, it's going to make a huge difference in this match. MD, you played in all sorts of conditions. Inclement, beautiful, dry, hot, humid. A breeze always favors one side or another.
It usually does, and Craig made a good point that right now the wind is really swirling, and that to me is always the most difficult condition to play in, because you never really know if it's going to be in your favor or against you, no matter what side of the court you're on.
Let us meet our competitors here for the final, the $100,000 final, the AVP Miller Light Tour. Karch Karai, is there anyone better? He's chasing St. John Smith. St. John with 139 career open wins. Karch starts this year with 130. His partner is Adam Johnson. Right now, AJ nowhere to be found. In fact, the crowd roaring for Adam Johnson, and now he makes his appearance on the court. There are the opponents, Dane Blanton and Eric Fonoimoana. Fonoy fresh off of his King of the Beach victory, which is a surprise to some, but not to others, because he's always had the talent. So has Dane Blanton, MD, one of the most athletic players ever to come out here.
Dane and Eric both representing the youth well. They're hungry, they're in great shape, and they said one of the keys to them coming out so strong at this first event of the year is that they played a lot of FIVB tournaments during the winter, and they're confident. They're ready to go.
Adam Johnson from USC calls Laguna Beach home, 6'3", 200. Won over $1.3 million in earnings during his illustrious career. 31 open wins to his credit. There's Eric Fonoimoana, King of the Beach, 2 career open wins, closing in on $500,000 in his pocket. He's from
Manhattan Beach.
Absolutely, the South Bay, the birthplace, really. The place where it all happens, the Mecca, Manhattan Beach. He's 6'3", 205. Dane Blanton. He calls Laguna home now, originally from Santa Monica. He's also 6'3", 195 from Pepperdine University. He has 1 open win. It came last summer. This is going to be a sensational final, our first of the tour season here at Tucson, Arizona. Quick thoughts before we go on, MD.
Well, I think you might look for a lot of quick points. The wind's whipping around. The jump serves are going to be key. Fonoy and Blanton said they've been jump serving great the whole tournament. You know Adam Johnson's one of the best jump servers. With a win like this, who's going to get off the best serves? Who's going to get the easy aces, the quick points? That could be the team that comes out on top.
Fonoy and Blanton trying to make a name for themselves. Brantley is the official who is up for our championship match. Karch Karai and Adam Johnson. What a finish to 1997, winning 4 out of the last 6 tournaments.
And they both said earlier in the player tent, that's what is their momentum coming into this year, is the great finish they had last season.
Hope you enjoy it live here on Fox Net, our final from Tucson. That's the King of the Beach with the first swing, and unable to negotiate is AJ Adam Johnson, side out.
AJ's just kind of shaking his head. He was in perfect position. Fonoy hit kind of a half-hearted shot cross court, and that should have been a point for Johnson Karai.
Yeah, didn't have the full artillery. Karch Karai with the pass and the pound. Great dig by Fonoy. Eric, right back at you with Karch Karai. Good rally. Dane Blanton up and over AJ. MD, we were talking before things got going, and you were telling me there's nobody better on the beach returning a serve, which is a difficult thing to do, than Karch Karai.
That's for sure. Here we've got Fonoimoana making the dig, and Blanton gives him a set, puts it away for a point.
This time it goes to Adam Johnson. The bump from Karch, another opportunity for Fonoimoana. I don't know if that ever went.
Definitely didn't clear the net. And those are the kind of early point opportunities that you want to convert to put the pressure on.
Our swatch clock started at 9 minutes. It is conceivable, of course, we don't get to 15 and have a winner by 2. And the time clock could come into play. It did, of course, in our contender final. Fonoimoana, how has his game improved over the last couple of years?
I think it's nothing that you can put your finger on. He's always been a complete player. He's good in all facets of the game. He's just maybe gotten a little mentally tougher at the critical point in matches.
And isn't that the key? Always.
Boy, he sure showed it at the King of the Beach in the first tournament. He was on fire every match.
Dane Blanton, poised to serve. On the good side. AJ, right there. Open real estate for the side out.
Adam's definitely one of the best players at taking that little peek right before he goes up to make his approach, sees the defensive move, and hits the soft shot down the line.
Part of their 1997 resume, winning the Miller Lite US Championships at Hermosa Beach. AJ and Karch. Stretching for the pass. Fonoimoana. Huge dig. Where's the set gonna be? Struggling a little bit with it. Free ball over. Nobody up. Will he get a swing? What a play! You're watching the best in the world on the sand, the AVP.
Great effort, gentlemen.
Great defense, both sides of the court. Incredible rally. Karch ends up putting it away. Great point.
And this crowd into it in the early going. We're tied at 1. Karch had a notion to hit it over. AJ used all the equipment that time.
Those are the toughest plays, those free balls that come on the opposite side. Karai just kind of bumps it up, gives Adam the option. Adam decides to hit it over on 2, uses the tape. Point, Karai, Johnson. Sand timeout here.
And a sand 22nd timeout being called. Adam Johnson with Karch Karai. The big question mark, the health of Karch. He says he is fine. I think towards the end of last year, that really proved that out.
Yeah, the end of the season last summer, that question mark was removed, winning 4 out of the last 6 events. He came out, played great, took a second at the King of the Beach.
But MD, you know exactly what he's going through surgery and the like, because you just had it back in November. One of the reasons why you're up here with us.
I'm up here with you, and I'm just hoping that I can do as good in my rehab as Karch did and get back to playing the way he is.
Eric Fonoimoana.
You don't want to follow up a sand or a regular timeout by serving it in the net. That's just a mental error for Adam.
So the timeout served well for Blanton and Fonoimoana. So our players, a couple of opportunities now, not even over the net, as Adam Johnson hits it in, and it's 2-2. Fonoy will tee it up again.
That's a sign of the wind. It's gusting, it's whipping the ball around. A lot of times it causes players to drop their arm and hit the ball in the net.
Right now it has calmed a bit for this point. Blanton kind of brushed it right back at Karch. Oh, a big pound. Greatest player of all time, overall, in volleyball right there.
Indoors and outdoor, there's not a question about it, Billy. Karch delivering serious heat, deep middle. That shoulder's fine.
On the plane coming over, I asked Mike Dodd what makes him so good. He said simply the complete package, Karch Karai. No weaknesses.
Not really. He's got the athleticism to compete at any level, and he's got the mental toughness, the desire to win, and the toughness to not make the critical mistake late in the match. He's always nailed.
Not nearly as intimidating as he was a few years back, but still draws a little twinge from his opponents. Blanton read it well. Dano, cross court. Yes, sir.
Great jump serve, gets it going for those guys. Good pickup on defense for Blanton.
We're going to take a break. We'll take the turn. 3-2. Fonoy and Dane Blanton over Karai and AJ. Hope you're enjoying it. We are live in Tucson. See you in a minute. This is our final, the $100,000 Miller Lite Open in Tucson. For all you folks in Florida, we're coming your way. April 17th through the 19th, Clearwater, Fort Myers, April 25th and 26th. Now tonight, at 10. It's Fox Sports News Primetime. All the scores, all the stories, all the action from your primetime team, 7 nights a week. Fox Sports News Primetime, tonight at 10. Check your local listings. Bill McDonald, Mike Dodd, happy to be back in the saddle again.
It's funny, after every timeout, you always see the players come out and do a little gardening, filling in the holes in the sand and just making sure that their runways are set for a good takeoff.
Need a couple of rakes like you're on a golf course.
Exactly.
That might work. You're looking at cards Karai and Adam Johnson, set to return serve from Mr. Dane Blanton, looking for his second ever open win. And to start 98 outright. Blocked by Fonoy. In the blocking department, Radek Fonoimoana.
I'd put him above average, but he's not you know, up there with a Whitmarsh or a Loyola or any of the real top blockers on the tour. He had great penetration on that, and Adam just ripped it so hard it banged off his arm out of bounds.
You mentioned Mike Whitmarsh, over 100 more blocks last year than anyone else on tour.
I was checking that stat out. It's amazing. Whitty just blocked so many balls.
You saw a lot of them close up. Many of them.
Fonoy makes an unforced error. Those are the kind of errors you don't want to make. You want the team to dig you or block you or make a play to earn a point. Just don't hit it out of bounds and give it to him.
Adam, he and his wife poised to be parents again within the next month or so. The touch by Karch. And at 3-3, Fonoimoana will serve in our final.
There's a little sign of Fonoy's maturity. He makes a mental error, unforced error, hits it out of bounds, but he comes right back, bangs it high off Karch's hand, and gets the side out.
Fonoimoana, nobody works harder, has improved every year. Karch. You know, Karch can slice and dice and turn. And something we were noticing, obviously, in our first match, how he can turn, and that has put so much stress on his shoulder over the years.
And if you watch, this is a trap set. This is too tight, but Karch with a quick slashing arm swing puts the ball away.
Pretty good smoke from Dane Blanton.
Karch and Adam have been keeping the serves mostly on Fonoimoana. They decided to switch it up on that. Blanton puts the ball away and says, you might want to keep it on Fonoy. I'm on fire on the right side.
Dane Blanton, who won his tournament with Canyon Seaman last year. Oh, he was there.
Interesting, Dane Blanton playing the right side. He played the majority of the last 3 seasons with Canyon Seaman on the left side, and but he was quick to remind me that he and Ian Clark beat Whitmarsh and I in a big early match in Chicago with him playing the right side.
Some can't make the switch. I got it, you take it. The wicked serve by Adam Johnson. And the crowd tells the story.
Adam just ripping that serve down the middle. Definitely the highest percentage jump serve you can make.
Again, this time down the line, Fonoimoana. He's ready, well off. Adam Johnson an opportunity. Very tight. On 2. Well, Adam's going to say, I deserve that. After the bad set, go ahead and give me a facial.
I guess that's what you call justice, but a great point opportunity for Karai and Johnson. Karch digging the ball all over the court, and Adam just kind of shanks this set over to Fonoy, and Fonoy makes him pay.
That is one we'll remember at 4-3. A couple of great missed chances for Karai and Johnson, but they'll get another serve now with Karch.
It's funny, a lot of matches early on, you see a lot of side outs, teams feeling each other out. This match from the get-go has been nothing but defense and serving.
Off the block of Adam.
Dane Blanton, side out.
Dane Blanton one more once. His work would be in the setting and blocking categories, rounding out his all-around game. Checks the sun, serves. Let's go down to Craig Hummer for some more on Playing in the Desert.
Thanks, Billy. Well, you guys talked about the unforced errors. It'll be interesting to note throughout the season when we play not only in the desert but also at high altitude, the ball tends to sail a little bit more. Therefore, the unforced errors may be up.
You golfers will know that when you're out on the tee and your drive flies about 30 yards more.
That's their third straight serve to Blanton, and I think it's time to switch it up a little bit. He's in a groove. I think Dane used the thin air on that to elevate his jump.
Yeah, he's jumping 2 or 3 inches higher. Little pokey and a little down. Talk about the sand, because center court here, much different composition than the outside courts here at Tucson.
Some of the outside courts were a little more hard packed, but the center court is in perfect shape. Matt Gage, the tournament director, always has the court ready to play, and the quality of play so far in this final is really up there.
1,300 tons of sand brought into Sports Park. Big block off the net, though. No. There'll be a little bit of a beef here from Blanton and Fonoy.
I think that's a good call, Billy. The block went back into Fonoy's body for one contact. Then he kind of lifted it up with his arm. That's a double. Watch. Block on his body, and then he lifted it up with his arm.
Ball was lifted. Karai and Johnson, 2-point advantage, 5-0.
First block for AJ. Johnny the Steve, John Stevenson helping us out. Up in the nest. Great up, dig, Karch. Can he convert? Fonoy up in the sky. Adam out. So the great dig goes for naught. Fonoimoana playing a little backstop.
Karai digs the first one, and Fonoy digs it right back. Here he comes. Karch controlling this dig. Fantastic defense. And then Fonoy digs him right back.
MD is a connoisseur of defense. We're seeing some great plays early on.
And that's the kind of dig that can really move your team. Even though Fonoy didn't get a point on that, they saved the side out. And that's what you want to do.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief, it's not the big hit that spurs you on. It's a big block or a great dig that really gets the team going.
Karch just rifles that ball cross court on the outside edge of the line.
We're at 5-3. Karai and Adam Johnson leading Dane Blanton and Eric Fonoimoana. If you're just joining us, it's the final of the Miller Lite AVP Open in Tucson. Sports Park of America. Karch Karai, chalk one up.
The key to this play is that Fonoy sets Blanton a drifting ball way off the net. He has to take his eye off the block, and Karai steps cross court, blocks it straight down. Great move, cross court and penetration by Karai.
Adam Johnson to serve. That's a nice comfortable set for Blanton.
Bingo by Danger.
Blanton likes it close and tight. He can jump up and snap the ball cross court down the line. Great side out.
And I thought it was a good play by Fonoy. That set was a little bit lower, controlled it, didn't pop it up in the wind. Backing up, Dane Blanton says, what else you got? And we'll take the turn on that point by Dane Blanton and Eric Fonoimoana. On an 86-degree afternoon in Tucson, Arizona, our final continues with Karai and Johnson on top by 2. Don't go away. The party, the place to be. Tucson, Arizona. Our final 6-4, Karai, Johnson, Fonoy, and Blanton. Remember, next up on the tour, it's off to Clearwater for the Players' Championships, April 17th through 19th. 813-898-2100. 813-898-2100. Or call Ticketmaster. Go. Be there. Say hi. Enjoy the greatest players in the world. Eric Fonoimoana, blocked by Adam Johnson, his second of the match.
That was a huge block, again, to save the point, to not give up the point. And those plays really help to keep your momentum going.
And now with a chance to earn a point, serving Karch Karai. On the Swatch clock, 5:17 and counting. Karch was right there. AJ got turned around a little bit.
Yeah, but Karch is saying, give me that one over again. That's right in my breadbasket. He's got to control that ball, and he knows it.
Blanton sails out. Good eye by Karch, letting it fly by. Good crowd on hand here at Sports Park in Tucson, about 10 minutes away from downtown. We mentioned going out, the temperature 86 gorgeous degrees. Eat your heart out around the country. That's not going in. Mistake. And that's a point. We now move to 7-4 on our way to 15.
That's a sign of that thin air, Billy. You know, your usual deep shot to the line sometimes sails 2 or 3 feet out of bounds because of it.
Third unforced by Fonoy. And Karai adds a little injury.
Point for Karai and Johnson. 8 serving for.
It's not that he's up so high, it's just it's his position, it's so phenomenal.
That's true. He's got great arm work up there, and he's actually becoming a better blocker with age.
Yeah, blocking is not an art form to just go up with a big body and long arms. You've got to read, you've got to anticipate, and that's one reason why Karch is getting better.
6'3", and he can block with anyone on the beach. And at the King of the Beach, he was taking a lot of the younger players, Canyon Seaman, Eric Fonoimoana, and saying, you guys stay back and play defense, I'll go up. And he did all the blocking in a lot of the matches.
Into the wind on the good side, Fonoy. Nicknamed the body. I'm sure you can see why. Into the net. On the good side, a no-no.
You can see the young players starting to get a little bit down right now. Karai and Johnson have riddled off a few points. They've got the 8-4 lead. Fonoy and Blanton got to gather up their senses, make some good serves, and get back into it.
The 30-somethings on top, doubling up right now, 8-4. Another chance, Karch Karai, tight. Fonoy, and Adam Johnson collects. Oh, Adam with the pound. But some sweet stuff from both sides in that rally.
Here's Fonoy spreading out, pops it over. Fortunately, Johnson covers behind and just delivers down the line.
Serious splash from Fonoy, getting wet on that up. But Adam Johnson may be the quickest arm swing on the beach. That's what is so lethal about AJ. The set is up there and bam, down it goes. A Swatch timeout, 20-second variety.
Their support all year long.
And Karai and Johnson with a 5-point lead right now, comfortable here in our championship match. Let's go down to Craig Hummer. How the youngsters holding up there, Craig?
Well, that's exactly right, Billy. The theme today, the youngsters versus the old-timers. The old-timers are, I guess, holding their composure a little better today. Dane Blanton earlier very upset with that lift call that was called on Fonoimoana. He lost it a little bit with the official. He's going to have to tone it down. In the earlier match today, they were very composed, but obviously the score right now keeping him a little off guard.
9-4 on a roll, Karch Karai. Over. Actually, it did not go. A good fake by Adam Johnson, but they didn't buy into it.
I tell you, that play is all Eric Fonoimoana. Blanton passes the ball in the net. Fonoy with a difficult play. This ball just hit the net and just shot down, and he was able to control it and give his partner a set. That was a great play by Fonoy.
And the hard play about that is every net is different. You've got to go out there before the match, see what the give is like, just for plays like that. Tough serve. Adam swinging out.
So let's take a look at the psychological advantage to just what happened. Karai had an easy point opportunity. Fonoy makes a great play and saves the point. They come back the very next play. Johnson hits it out of bounds. That's a 2-point turnaround for Fonoy.
And now 9-5. Karai going up and over and easy. pace is so important in so many shots, even when nobody's up and you're just slugging it to the ground.
Karch is amazing. Even when his shoulder was really bothering him before the surgery, he couldn't hit it 100%, but he'd go up, take a look at the defense, just cuff it around, and he was still winning tournaments. That's what's amazing.
Sometimes it's only the velocity. It is only important for the emphasis, for the intimidation. Good dig. That's a driven ball, so of course Adam Johnson can play it like that. And they are in charge, taking the turn at 10-5. AJ and Karch, are they on their way to another title? Stay with us live in Tucson. We're back in a minute. Summertime has come early to Tucson. The crowd enjoying themselves for our final 10-5 Karai and Johnson. And the Miller Lite AVP Tour continues on Fox Sports Net, April the 19th from beautiful Clearwater, Florida. And they know their volleyball down there. It's the Players' Championships, and you can see it right here on Fox Sports Net. Check your local listings. Great memories as a player down in Florida.
It doesn't get any better than Clearwater. Right here in Tucson, though, it's gut check time for Fonoimoana and Blanton. They're down 10-5. If they're going to make a comeback, they have to stop it by getting side outs first, then scoring some points and clawing their way back.
And interesting now, AJ and Karch on the good side, although they've scored 7 of their 10 on what we'd consider the bad side. However, you emphasize the point that the wind is swirling.
The way the wind's swirling right now, I really don't think there is a good side or a bad side. It's just what side you are when the wind happens to be working in your direction.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A little bit of luck thrown into this one. Fonoy down by 5. Low pass, AJ, quick feet to get there.
Great angle on the camera on that, showing Karch stepping into that middle and picking up the pass on the jump serve. And something he does better than anybody.
MD also, he takes more spin off the ball during his pass better than anybody.
It's amazing.
On the touch. AJ, this is going over. Good presence of mind for both teams.
A good scrappy side out for Blanton and Fonoy, but still, it seems like Eric Fonoimoana is running underneath a little bit on the ball on his hits, and he's got to keep that ball in front of him so he can deliver it with some power.
Yeah, it just looks like they're putting a Band-Aid on every time now, and they just aren't in charge. Seems as though Karai and Johnson poised to bust out again any moment.
Well, they're siding out like machines right now. So if I'm Fonoy and Blanton, I'm going to have to risk a little bit more and really start to try to beat that jump serve and get him in trouble.
He of the awesome jump serve about to deliver. Adam Johnson, but this time into the net. We put the whammy on him.
See, but Adam and Karch are siding out so well right now. They're not really too concerned about missing serve, and that's how you put the pressure on a team. If you're siding out well, you can bomb and miss a few. It doesn't matter.
Will they side out again? Blanton up, ball down, side out.
Good shot cross court by Adam Johnson. The off-speed spike by AJ.
3:49 left on our Swatch clock.
On the launching pad, up by 5.
Blanton, Fonoy. Waiting. That's pretty tight. Boy, the ball is really drifting towards the net. A lot of battles waging.
Net violation on Dane Blanton.
They're calling a net on Blanton, and he's hot.
Dane, of course, is going to take issue with this because the net was called at the opposite side of the court. However, the down referee does call all nets on the court.
We're going to see the play right here. It's a tight set. Johnson bumps it over the net, and then here's the play. Does he touch the net? It's a tough call. Blanton's hitting the ball. It's going off of Johnson's block into the net. You don't know whether the ball pushed the net into Blanton or whether he hit the net. It's a very difficult call.
And Dane is not what you'd say or call a complainer or a hothead. It seems as though he's only going to beef when he has to.
He's going to beef when he thinks he's got a legitimate beef.
Spike by Dane Blanton is wide. Net violation on the block attempt by Adam Johnson.
Now the net is called on the other team of Karai and Johnson. We are stuck at 10-5 and trying to crawl back into it. Dane Blanton and Eric Fonoimoana.
Thank you.
This is the Miller Lite Tucson Open, the final, as we bring it to you live on Fox Sports Net. Another missed serve, 3 now. Service errors
For Blanton.
for Dane Blanton, 2 on his partner Fonoimoana. Out, no touch. 11-5.
Wide is wide. Point, March and AJ. 12-5.
I think you noticed before every point the player's sneaking a peek at the flags. It has so much to do with where you set at that time. Blanton actually played that one pretty well with the bump. Just put it perfectly so it drifted towards the net. I think that was all on Fonoy, just missing it.
Yeah, another unforced error for Eric, and he's had, I think, 3 now in this match, and that's not the way you're going to beat Karai and Johnson when they're playing their game.
On the other side of this very short break, MD and I are right back for the final. See you in a minute. The crowd here at Tucson, Arizona. Be part of it when we see you in Florida, Clearwater, and then Fort Myers. Early May, we'll be in Texas, Dallas, and San Antone, the side of this year's Final Four. Just part of the AVP Miller Lite schedule. The score is 12-5. They have added a point. That controversial net on Dane Blanton did result in a point. They were tardy in putting it up on the board. So it is 12-5, not 11-5, which we brought you when we went to break. Well, let's update it even further. 13-5, Karai and AJ.
Again, Parch might have blocked that ball a little bit, but Fonoy just looks out of sync. He's not tracking the sets very well, letting the ball get behind him, and he's just really having a hard time sighting out there on the outside.
3 blocks for Karch. 2 away from a title. Is that in? Yes, it was. Great serve. No way they're going to bring that up. And it is championship point.
Johnson and Karai.
Adam Johnson saving his best serving for the end of the match. He's been whipping the jump serves and keeping the kids in trouble.
Championship point number 1 right here. Could be it. Adam Johnson. This is going over. And they live for another day, or at least another serve. Do Blanton and Fonoy.
Tough situation for Blanton and Fonoy right now. They've just got to try to do anything to get some side outs, to get some rhythm going. They're so out of sync, and it'll help a lot if they can at least get to 6 and get a side change and gather themselves a bit.
It would be a collapse, though, of mammoth proportions for a team like Karai and AJ to lose a lead like 14-5, especially in a final when they're so focused.
14-5, playing great, everything going their way. They lose this match, you know,
we'll be talking about it for a long time.
It goes down into the annals.
The coronation really is all that's left. And a little pride on the part of Fonoy and Blanton. First final of the year. Fonoy, though, he's already cashed in, of course, as King of the Beach. And can wear that title all year. On the touch and over. Little hustle by Karch and down to the sand. They'll get another championship opportunity.
Great scrambling play for Johnson and Karai again. They're just covering so much of the court right now. This court was designed for 6 players to play indoor. You've got 2 out on the sand. Yet Karai and Johnson are covering it better than anybody right now.
To stay in the game. Oh, Adam was close.
Adam Johnson by Eric Fonoimoana.
Nice slap there, though, by Fonoimoana.
He looked a lot better on that play. The set was a little closer to the net. He kept the ball in front of him. And if they can get some more side outs, just get a little bit of momentum going. At this point, that's what you're thinking when you're down 5-14.
And I think at this point you can take some chances. It's that nothing to lose phase. That's a great cut. Wonderful angle by AJ.
Karch pushing him a little far outside on the set. Adam with great range, great vision, and just cuffs it inside of the Blanton defense. Adam was speaking earlier that in the finals of the winners, he played horribly. He said he got blocked 5 times. He didn't have his game. That's why they felt confident coming into the final, that they could turn things around, because they played poorly and only lost 14-16.
And that's it!
And that's
another ace by AJ!
Both teams out there on stadium court, your champions, Coach Karai and Adam Johnson, your runners-up, Dave Blanton and Eric Fonoimoana.
There are your champions in Tucson, Arizona, and Coach Karai is now just 8 wins away from tying St. John Smith for the all-time career open mark. They truly dominated, Mike Dodd.
They dominated, and the way that they're playing right now, 8 doesn't look like it's that far away.
It doesn't. Let's take a look at championship point number 3, and it was a quick one with Adam Johnson going right down the chute.
Adam said before, I played lousy in the finals of the winners, and he did. But he sure came back in the finals of the tournament when it really counted and delivered for Karch.
Well, they ended the season in style last year, winning 4 out of the last 6, and they take stop number 1 in '98. When we come back, we talk to the winners here in Tucson. Things are complete here in Tucson, Arizona. And a great tournament it was for all involved. $100,000 being doled out to all of our competitors. And in the final, Karch Karai and Adam Johnson win it over Eric Fonoimoana and Dane Blanton by the score of 15-5 for their first title of 1998. And down on the sand, Craig Hummers with a couple of smiling gentlemen.
Billy Mack, thank you. Karch, you guys start this season off almost the way you ended last season. Everyone's talked about how you finished last year, 4 out of 6. You come back and win this one. Was that the key to the momentum?
Well, this feels great. We had such a poor start of the last year. Adam missed 4 tournaments because of injury, and I missed 7. And we've said all along we were so excited about starting the season healthy and well prepared. We were neither of those last year. We were both of those this year, and the results proved out.
Well, speaking about the conditions today, Adam, you talked to MD earlier. You said you were very disappointed in the game that you played these guys earlier in the day. You thought even though you were that close, you lost 14-16. If you played better, that could be the key. Did you feel that way in the final?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you know, I gave up probably 6-7 points in the game prior to this against these guys, and knowing that and being so close, you know, a few points here and there, we were right in that first game, and all we had to do was side out here. I think we served a lot better this game. Karch had a bunch of blocks. We didn't have a bunch of blocks the previous game, and it showed in the finals.
Well, speaking of those good points, whether it be a block or an ace, you guys just seem to hustle a lot more. I mean, did you talk about that after your earlier loss today?
No, the only thing we talked about was siding out a little better and giving ourselves some chances to score, giving ourselves time to score those points. And of course, the other key was getting past those feisty Brazilians. They played a great tournament from seed number 25 or 6 all the way to 3rd place, and we barely got by them, but that's what gave us the opportunity to play in the final.
All right, congratulations, you guys. 1 for 1. See you next time.
Yeah.
Those feisty Brazilians, Gomes and Emmanuel, they will be something to watch all season long. They are, though, these guys, Karai and AJ, side-out machines.
Side-out machines, defensive machines, and consistent machines. They just did it all on the court. They covered every inch, and they didn't make a lot of unforced errors. I think that was the key. Eric Fonoimoana, probably his worst match of the year so far. He played so great in the King of the Beach. A lot of unforced errors in this final, though.
When we come back after this, hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to our runners-up here today.